Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, March 4th, 2020. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Ministry of Health facilitated a stakeholder meeting on Wednesday, March 4th to assess Nevis's state of preparedness and to synchronize strategies and plans in dealing with the threat of the coronavirus. We'll have more in this report.
The meeting, which took place at the conference room of the Gender Affairs Division, heard statements from officials, including Junior Minister of Health, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams.
We have all the necessary stakeholders on board. And so today, as we come to test our readiness, we are hoping that the general public will be aware and to adhere to all the necessary requests that are made. There have been 2 press conferences on St. Kitts so far, and I am happy to say that Nevis has been directly involved in these meetings. Dr. Judy Nisbet has been the point person on Nevis from health, as well as Mr. Dyer has been the point person from disaster. We also have Mr. Wakely Daniel, who sits on the National Advisory Board. So we are represented over on St. Kitts, but now it is our turn on Nevis to say exactly what is being done on the grounds here on Nevis.
The meeting saw representation from key stakeholders in the Ministries of Health, Education and Tourism, as well as Nevis Disaster Management Department, Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority, Nevis Tourism Authority, and Nevis Air and Seaports Authority. According to Shalissa Martin Clark, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wednesday's meeting was a follow-up to a similar meeting which was held on January 27th.
You are here because you're an important part of the coronavirus or COVID-19 preparedness and response team, I would say. We are faced with the looming threat of the coronavirus, and it's not a matter of if, but when. So as stakeholders, we are all gathered here this morning to basically discuss what our plans are here on the ground here in Nevis.
According to Minister Brandy Williams, coming out of the meeting, a press release will be issued outlining mitigation strategies and guidelines for Nevis, to which the members of the public are asked to adhere. I am Fredicia Libert reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
According to Shalissa Martin Clark, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wednesday's meeting was a follow-up to a similar meeting which was held on January 27th. The Ministries of Health in St. Kitts and Nevis are imploring organizers of events where there will be mass gatherings such as fetes, concerts and sporting competitions to contact the Ministry of Health for advice on ways to promote hygiene. At a press conference on Monday, March 2nd, 2020, to provide an update on the COVID-19, National Disaster Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Abdias Samuel, said that it was important to consult the relevant authorities, which also includes NEMA, before large assemblies are held. Experts suggest establishing hand sanitizing stations at mass gatherings as one measure of ensuring good hygiene. The use of public transportation was also mentioned at the press conference. Chief Medical Officer, CMO, Dr. Hazel Laws, shared some advice for travelers to prevent catching any viruses. When you go on the bus, you need to keep your hands together. Find an innovative way of pushing back the door, Dr. Laws said. Hand hygiene is the most important thing. The CMO added that bus drivers are also encouraged to maintain the highest standard of hygiene to keep travelers safe. One suggestion was sanitizing door handles, armrests, window latches, and other areas with alcohol-based sanitizers at hourly intervals. 2 doctors from Cuba who joined the staff at the Alexandra Hospital in January are offering services in the area of internal medicine and anesthesia and critical care. That announcement was made by Premier and Senior Minister of Health, the Honorable Mark Brantley.
Dr. Juan Carlos Hernandez and Dr. Dolores Tornes Corrales, both specialists. One is an internist and the other is an anesthesiologist. They came from Cuba. They were employed through our diplomatic relations with that country. And so I'm grateful that these two doctors, Dr. Juan Carlos Hernandez and Dr. Dolores Tornes Corrales, are both here, and we welcome them and hope that their tenure here will be long and successful.
He also expressed appreciation to the Junior Minister of Health.
You would recall that we had a local doctor who was an internist. She has gone to other employment elsewhere. And we had an anesthesiologist, and we lost that one, I believe, who has gone elsewhere as well. And so we've had to replace both. I'm happy that we have. I want to commend Madam Minister Hazel Brandy Williams, who has, I know, been instrumental in getting this done, and the people of Nevis can now breathe a little easier knowing that we have the specialist care that they deserve and that they need at our hospital.
Premier, the Honourable Mark Brantley, speaking at his February 27th press conference. Still to come.
And I ask you please to help me to encourage others to step out as well and to make that contribution and that effort.
The details after this break.
Coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome MERS-CoV and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome SARS-CoV. The 2019 novel coronavirus 2019 nCoV is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. Coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted from animals to humans. Detailed investigations found that SARS-CoV was transmitted from civet cats to humans and MERS-CoV from dromedary camels to humans. Several known coronaviruses are circulating in animals that have not yet infected humans. Common signs of infection include respiratory symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. In more severe cases, infection can cause pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. To protect yourself and prevent the spread of the infection, practice regular hand washing, covering mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, thoroughly cooking meat and eggs. Avoid close contact with anyone showing symptoms of respiratory illness such as coughing and sneezing. This message was brought to you by the Nevis Health Promotion Unit.
Welcome back. At a congratulatory reception held for 2019 university graduates, Premier of Nevis and Minister of Education, the Honourable Mark Brantley, encouraged the graduates to further their studies.
I encourage those who are now getting the bachelor's degree to consider the master's degree. Those who are getting the master's degree to consider the PhD. And let us continue in that vein to move our country forward. A long time ago, when you came out of high school and you had 6, 7 O levels, and then if you were good enough, you got 2 or 3 A levels, you were set. You could go on and get almost any job. Now, for many jobs, they're asking you, what's your degree? The entry point is now higher. And I'm sure in the fullness of time, the first degree is not going to be sufficient either, because learning is a continuous process. And so I encourage each and every one of you to do the best that you can. I thank you very much for coming home and for being here to make your contribution. And I ask you please to help me to encourage others to step out as well and to make that contribution and that effort to get a degree.
The second annual congratulatory reception for university graduates was held at the Botanical Gardens on Saturday, February 29th, 2020. The Minister of Education also implored citizens and residents to take advantage of the scholarship opportunities being offered by the Nevis Island Administration.
And I'm begging you, beseeching, please encourage others to apply. And education is critical if we are to advance ourselves. And I really want our young people to take advantage. I should also say, and I ask you to help me spread the word, that the NIA, the Nevis Island Administration, continues to do its best to help. And so in addition to providing and sourcing scholarships, we have also provided over the years assistance to many students. Indeed, some of you who are here might have benefited from that. That process is now open. And we're encouraging again persons to step forward who are interested in going to study and to say to the NIA, we are interested, this is our area of study, and we would like some assistance. Now, I say very openly, these are not full scholarships. Sometimes it's a $5,000 that we could afford. But I believe, having been there myself a long time ago, that every penny helps.
A total of 35 persons were awarded at the ceremony, which was hosted by the Nevis Island Administration in collaboration with the Ministries of Education and Human Resources. A number of ongoing road rehabilitation projects around the island are set to be completed shortly. That is according to Premier of Nevis, the Honourable Mark Brantley.
I'm very happy to say to the people of Brown Hill that their project is coming to a close. I am reliably informed that asphalting will be undertaken within the next 3 weeks, and that with the best remedial work that needs to be done, that will be out of Brown Hill no later than April. Craddock Road is also moving nicely. I know the people are very happy. Remedial works on Big Rock towards Main Street, Charlestown have commenced. Earthwork should start on this section of the road in 3 weeks, and works are also ongoing from Big Rock to Pinneys. We anticipate that paving from Big Rock to Nepak intersection to start next week. And I know the people of Craddock Road are happy because the roads are wider, straighter, and in much better condition, part and parcel of this government's commitment to improve the infrastructure. Other minor road works are ongoing in Hanley's Road and Stony Grove. Drainage works are being executed at Rollins Village and Cocoa Gut.
Speaking at his February 27th press conference, Premier Brantley also gave some advice to motorists who drive in the areas where roadworks are taking place.
So we're making the roads better, but please don't speed. Don't be reckless on the roads, and don't have us regret the investment that we are making. We are making it better so as to make traversing our island better and easier, enhancing people's property value. But at the same time, we're asking motorists to be sensible in their use of the road and to take all due care and attention.
The Nevis Water Department is advising of a scheduled interruption in the water supply for Tuesday, March 10th. There will be an interruption to the water supply in Jessop's, Garrick's Pasture, Lower Banscott Road and Paradise Estate to facilitate the repairs of water mains. The Nevis Water Department would like to apologize for the inconvenience these activities will cause. The Nevis Water Department would also like to take this opportunity to remind all persons to be vigilant and closely monitor their water use and practice all measures of water conservation. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.